Canada is huge. The second largest country in the world, boasting an endless, rugged coastline and neighbors that include both the United States and Russia. Its vast, icy expanse stretches from the Atlantic to the Pacific and deep into the Arctic Circle. With all that territory to protect, you'd expect some serious air power patrolling those skies. But for decades, Canada has relied on its aging CF-18 Hornets. Jets so old they are practically antiques by modern standards, with technology stuck firmly in the past. Now, these planes have served incredibly well, but keeping them flying today is like maintaining a classic car in a snowstorm. It's expensive, it's unreliable, and it's increasingly risky as critical parts become harder and harder to find. Modern threats far outpace these museum pieces. And Canadian pilots are being asked to defend the critical Arctic region in outdated machines that simply cannot keep up with today's challenges. The government finally admitted the obvious: new jets are a must, not a luxury, if Canada wants to remain secure and fulfill its commitments to its allies. This isn't about showing off some military might. It's about fundamental national security, especially with the Arctic heating up geopolitically and new threats emerging on the horizon. The search for replacements has been a saga of political delays, budget battles, and endless technical debates that have dragged on for years. Meanwhile, the Hornets kept aging, the need grew more urgent, and the question became ever more pressing: which jets? And when would they finally arrive? And that is exactly where things got complicated and incredibly controversial, because Canada's next move could shape its security for decades to come. Initially, Canada appeared to choose the Lockheed Martin F-35 Lightning II, a fifth-generation, stealthy, high-tech fighter. The F-35's stealth capability and its cutting-edge data-sharing network make it a seemingly perfect fit with U.S. and allied forces, especially for joint North American defense operations. Buying the F-35 means seamless integration with allies and a promise of economic benefits for Canadian industry through various offsets. Canada ordered 88 of these sophisticated jets. However, the F-35 comes with eye-watering costs and incredibly complex maintenance needs. Critics immediately began to wonder if this was simply overkill for patrolling Canada's vast, empty Arctic territory. The F-35 is undeniably a technological marvel. But is it truly the right tool for Canada's unique needs? Doubts began to surface almost immediately. And then, into the ring, stepped SAAB, the Swedish aerospace giant, arriving with the JAS 39 Gripen E. The Gripen E is a rugged, practical jet specifically designed for the realities of cold, vast countries just like Canada. The Gripen isn't just a fighter. It's a symbol of Scandinavian engineering, built specifically to thrive where winter is a way of life. SAAB's pitch was bold and disruptive. They said, "Don't just buy our jets. Build them right here in Canada." This commitment would mean over 12,000 new, high-value jobs, a massive boost to the local economy, and the potential birth of a new, homegrown Canadian aerospace industry. But the deal didn't stop there. The SAAB package also included advanced bombardier-built global surveillance planes and a Canadian-made engine, both crucially free from restrictive U.S. export controls. This was a package explicitly designed for true independence. For Canada, this meant the ability to export jets on its own terms, a significant win for national sovereignty and economic freedom. The Gripen is famous globally for its ability to operate in harsh, unforgiving conditions, landing on icy roads, taking off from snowy highways, and being maintained by small, highly efficient teams even in remote locations far from major air bases. SAAB's offer wasn't just about selling fighter jets. It was about building a Canadian aerospace future, investing heavily in skills, technology, and long-term prosperity. Suddenly, the once straightforward F-35 deal looked a lot more complicated. There was real, tempting competition on the table. The government now faced a genuine, alternative choice, one that promised much more than just new hardware. The choice was no longer just about picking a plane. It was about jobs, national independence, and control over Canada's strategic future. The debate was officially on. To jets, two fundamentally different philosophies, each representing a distinct vision for Canada's future in the skies. First, you have the F-35. It's a stealthy, networked powerhouse nearly invisible to radar and designed to dominate in alliance warfare. It's packed with cutting-edge sensors and data links, making it virtually unbeatable when flying alongside its NATO and US allies. But all that unparalleled technology comes at a steep price, very high acquisition costs, complex maintenance procedures, and a deep dependence on US technology and supply chains. Then, there's the Gripen. It's not stealthy in the same way, but it is rugged, affordable, and built specifically for independent national defense. It thrives in harsh environments, can operate quickly from remote, unprepared airstrips, and is incredibly easy to maintain. These are qualities that matter immensely in Canada's vast, challenging landscape, especially in the Arctic. F-35s mean tighter U.S. ties and guaranteed access to the world's most advanced military technology. But they also mean less national control and significantly higher long-term costs for Canadian taxpayers. Gripen jets mean more Canadian jobs, greater industrial independence, and a fighter jet that can be tailored precisely to Canada's unique needs and strategic priorities. The F-35 is built for projecting power globally, in tight coordination with global allies. The Gripen is designed for defending the home turf design Canadian style, with flexibility and resilience built in. It is a choice between being a junior partner in a superpower-esque project or building something uniquely Canadian, something that strongly supports local industry and national sovereignty. The decision is about much more than jets. It's about jobs, independence, and the fundamental direction Canada wants to take in the world. Does Canada want the best jet for fighting alongside America, or the best jet for defending Canada by Canadians for Canadians? The stakes couldn't be higher. This is a decision that will truly shape Canada's skies for decades. And Canadians care deeply. Polls show that public opinion is surprisingly fragmented. A significant 43% of the public backs the Swedish Gripen proposal, drawn by the promise of jobs and industrial independence. Only 13% want only F-35s, while 29% prefer a mixed fleet. The Gripen's promise of jobs and independence resonates particularly strongly, especially with left-leaning voters. But even among conservatives, support for an exclusive F-35 purchase is lukewarm at best. This public pressure has forced the government to pause and carefully review the presumptive F-35 deal. The debate has successfully moved from military circles and think tanks right into the kitchen tables across the country. SAAB's pitch has struck a chord far beyond the corridors of Ottawa. The government now faces intense pressure from voters, from industry leaders, and even from within its own party ranks. The fighter jet choice has become a national conversation. The review isn't just about the technical specifications of jets. It's about politics, economics, and Canada's geopolitical place in the world. US-Canada relations are currently quite tense, making a complete reliance on American technology less appealing politically. The Gripen offers a realistic chance to diversify strategic partnerships and provide a massive boost to Canadian industry. Furthermore, the F-35's true lifetime cost is staggering, while the Gripen is significantly cheaper to buy and much cheaper to operate. SAAB's promise of fostering a homegrown Canadian aerospace sector is, politically speaking, almost irresistible. However, the military establishment largely still wants the F-35s for that vital interoperability factor with NATO and NORAD allies. But a mixed fleet of F-35s and Gripens would inevitably be a logistical nightmare, introducing complexity and high operational costs. Politically, however, a compromise solution might be the only viable way forward to satisfy everyone. The government is truly caught between military logic and powerful economic reality. The outcome of this decision will shape Canada's defense posture and its entire economy for decades to come. Canada truly stands at a crossroads right now. This decision is about much more than which jets to buy. F-35s mean deeper U.S. integration and a safe, conventional military choice. Gripen jets mean independence, jobs, and a bold new path for Canadian industry and self-reliance. The final choice will define Canada's military capability, its economic future, and its global identity for generations. Will Canada double down on alliance warfare and global integration, or will it bet on self-reliance, sovereignty, and local industry? Whatever the ultimate decision is, it will echo for decades across the Canadian landscape. The sky over Canada is vast. But only one future can take flight. The world is watching. If you want to stay updated on this pivotal decision, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell.